Hello and welcome to this week's coffee vlog. It's now Friday, is it the 20th? I don't actually know. I think it's the 20th of October. We'll have a look in a minute. And I'm heading home at about 5:30, so not too bad really. And this week has been pretty good actually. It's not been too bad at all. Nothing's gone particularly wrong. We've sold quite a lot of stuff, so that's always good. And yeah, it's been alright. There's been a lot going on. I've been quite occupied. Haven't done a lot of watching of YouTube stuff again. Oh yeah. Weather. Lovely. 20th. It is the 20th of October. I thought it was. Not long till Halloween. All the Halloweeny type decorations are coming out of the woodwork now and whatever else. Youngest is going to be a clown for some reason. He's got a clown outfit. I think in fact a few of his friends are going to be clowns as well. But also he's got in reserve he's got the got me to get the yellow raincoat so he can be like the little boy from the It movie. And also I've had to get the red helium balloons for him again so he can be like the little boy from the It movie. A few police cars going on, isn't there? So yeah, so he's got that as well. So I've had to actually buy a tank of helium and balloons because you know, just going out and trying to buy a red floating helium balloon isn't really feasible. So I actually got one of those. You can buy the little tank things of them, helium with some balloons. So I blew a couple of red ones up at the weekend for him. So we had those dotted about the house at various points in time. Just for when people come along, you see a red balloon floating about mysteriously. So yeah, that's all going on. But they're off next week off, which is fantastic. I can actually have a lie-in next week. Probably won't do. My sleep pattern has just gone completely bonkers now. I'm basically falling asleep at 10 o'clock at night. Just worn out, you know. But I'm waking up early. Wednesday morning, I got up at 5:30 because I'd woken up earlier than that, and then I was laid in bed and I was like, I'm not getting back to sleep. I may as well just get up and do something. So I did. I got up and did something instead of. So 5:30. This morning I got up at 6:20. Well, you know, my alarm normally goes off at about 6:45, but it's rare now I'm actually catching the alarm because I'm awake before even the alarm goes off. And it used to be, you know, I was dead to the world until the alarm went off. And I'd also be awake a lot later than 10 PM, so maybe I'm getting old. Maybe I'm just getting old and that's why. I gotta sleep early and waking up early. Who's this coming up? Golf. GTI, shiny GTI. Look at him go. What the? Oh, that was a brave. No, it wasn't brave, was it? It was stupid. Absolutely ridiculous. It's a nice GTI, and it'd be a shame to have had that just T-boned by someone for the sake of waiting a few minutes. What a silly boy. So, yes, what else has been happening this week? Well, it's all been going on, to be honest, and I'm probably going to forget half of it. One thing I forgot to mention last week, MacBook Pro, the Retina, 13-inch Retina MacBook Pro, it improved a bit last week. There was another update for High Sierra, and that kind of fixed some bits of it, but it was still being a bit wonky and whatever else. And in fact, the other day, I think I had to force reboot it 3 times off the screensaver because it was on the screensaver, and I came to unwake it, and it just didn't wake from the screensaver. It just sat on there. And nothing I pressed all the buttons, the keyboard's lit up, screensaver's not actually doing anything, but it's there. It was just locked, completely locked. So I'm like, it's just not going to happen, this. So, force rebooted it, and it happened 3 times in a row, just about. And I ended up changing the screensaver to see if that'd fix it. It was a right do, it was. So, yeah, it's been terrible. But then it flashed me an update yesterday, a notification that the High Sierra beta version, whatever, 0.3 or something like that was available, which I thought was really bizarre because I've never run the beta of High Sierra on the MacBook Pro. I needed it on my MacBook Air, and the Pro was always on Sierra original, and then when the public release of High Sierra came out, I downloaded and installed that. So I've never run the beta on there, so I couldn't understand why it decided suddenly to offer me to run the beta. The only assumption I could be is because the MacBook Air is on the beta, it's logged in my Apple ID credentials that I'm running beta and just automatically thrown it over to that one as well. Of course, the point was, I leaped on the opportunity because it's been so bloody awful. Even a beta of whatever they're fixing in it must be better. So I dived on that, installed that, and it has been better actually. The choppy graphics haven't been as choppy at all. It's been pretty much getting there. So yay for more betas. But yeah, that's improving a bit. Right, I'm going to go and do Mr. Richard Nellis's drop me parcels, should I say, and then send myself Richard Nellis's words of wisdom, and then I'll be back. Okay, back from parcel dropping. So let's get on and do Mr. Richard Nellis's words of wisdom for this week. He's been to Leeds Art Gallery as a Pennine Magpie trip, and it was the first day for the museum to reopen on Friday. I presume that was last Friday. It's also been to Golden Acre Park on Monday afternoon, after the weird weather we had because of the hurricane. It was a bit windy actually. I know Bob very kindly suggested that I ought to make sure I keep my my trampoline and garden shed thing well pinned down. Fortunately, nothing blew away in the wind. We had some fairly strong winds. It kept me awake, I think, Monday or Tuesday night, but it wasn't super horrendous, and nothing did sort of blow away. In fact, not a lot of stuff blew about the street, which was unusual really, because normally stuff blows around the street just in normal, you know, light winds. And then Richard sang the Addams Family theme, and he watched the first film of the Addams Family. He's going to watch the rest of the films to match the song up to Halloween. Very good. It's that time of year, isn't it, to watch all the spooky stuff. He's also watched Witness with Harrison Ford on Sky Demand on my Virgin in the front room at my house. Right, so there you are. I've not seen that film before, funny enough. He was telling me he was watching that Witness. I said I preferred the Indiana Jones days with Harrison Ford in. He's also been to organ recital at Halifax Minster on Thursday. Very good. And he had a Victor Meldrew moment because the snack table had changed place from when he used to have lunch. It used to be near the toilet, and it's moved near to where the organ is. Oh, there you are. Secondly, I thought it was the last concert for this year, but the last concert is the coming Thursday. He went to Beefeater with his mum instead of Electric Bowl last night. I know he's telling me that because I was dropping some coffee off at the Victorian Craft Beer pub in Halifax, and he said he was off to Beefeater then. Tom Hanks aka Woody the cowboy doll as he says no way back for Harvey Weinstein. Oh well, yeah, it's a bit of a story in itself, isn't it? My dad, mum and their dog called Rooney as they've been on their motorhome to Ludlow and Moreton in Marsh from Friday to Thursday, and they thought about me when they went to the Broadway Steam Railway Centre. Oh, very good, Richard. All good stuff. I think now, if I very, very quick, the lights were on, so we can go straight away. Very good. So, yes, other things that have been going on this week, of which there have been many. iPhone is running pretty well on iOS 11, to be honest, and the watch is not doing too bad as well. The phone did have a bit of a weird oddity. In fact, I think I had one of the new beta updates, and weirdly, not straight away, but a few days after, it just did randomly. It went really low on charge during the day, and I hadn't used it any more than normal. In fact, I'd hardly used it at all, to be perfectly honest. It just been sat on my phone, and obviously the watch as usual dishing up notifications. But it, yeah, it come to like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it had got 30% charge left. I mean, normally I'd get 70, maybe down to 60, but 30% was a ridiculous amount of drain. And like I say, I don't think if I'd unlocked it twice since getting up at, you know, 6:30 or whatever, that was like more than I had done. So I couldn't understand what had happened with that at all. But rebooted it, and then it's been fine ever since. It's doing the same sort of things. I think I'm on about 50% now, but I've used it a bit for other stuff today, and obviously doing this will drain it down. Maybe it'll be at 30 when I get home, but you know, when I'm doing a vlog on it, I expect it to drop down then, because obviously it's doing all this video work. Talking of video work, I don't know, I couldn't tell if the footage was much steadier with the altered settings I put on, and I must try and remember to re-change them again now, to try an alternative one. But I didn't really check that well back, so I don't know if it was any steadier for the front-facing camera on the iPhone. I was also, funny enough, that sort of brings me nicely to, sorry to hear that Mr. Bell, Bob Bell, was not well last week. He got some unfortunate sickness. It is actually rife around our parts, and I'm kind of amazed that the youngest, because loads of his friends at school have been off with sickness and diarrhea. It's kind of amazing. So far he's avoided it. Knowing his luck, he'll get it next week while he's not at school and not get any time off anyway. But yeah, he's managed to avoid it, but not great for Bob. Still, Bob, you managed to produce a rocking good vlog though. Loving all the different footage angles you're doing with that GoPro, sticking it all over the place. I was well impressed with the view of the underneath, of the very clean underneath of his car, with the GoPro. That was amazing. Although I was just trying to imagine, you know, heading towards a speed bump and it just getting clunked off. But other than that, yeah, it was very good. So yeah, there's that been going on. I've been kind of trying to get on with my Steemit blogs again. Steemit itself appears to be having a bit of a blip, and I don't know. I mean, there's been a bit of talk over the past 2 weeks about them getting DDoS'd quite a lot, and that's taking the site offline. But it seems to be just randomly up and down, or running slow, or it's not accessible, and then it's back again. So I'm not really sure what's going on with that, but it's kind of frustrating if you're trying to post something and it just doesn't happen, or you just can't get the website at all, or whatever else. Kind of progressed a bit with my amazing plan of upvoting posts with the various bots and things. After I didn't do so well on that one, the fungi one, which I used Minnow Booster for, and it's supposed to be pretty good Minnow Booster, but that just didn't do the business for me. I don't know if I caught it when it was a bit low on power or something, but it didn't really do it. So last week I did a post. I did a post, I think on the Sunday. Might have been the Sunday. Yeah, because I had to do the blog. Last week's vlog, I had to do it with like the minimal amount of funds available to do any upvoting with it, because I was waiting for the payout to come for the previous week's big one that I invested pretty much all my Steam dollars into to try and get it upwards. So there was very little left for that, but it didn't do too bad, even considering I had very little to throw at it. And then I did the next one, which I think is still the current one at the moment until I do the vlog tonight. Oh, it was the flowers, wasn't it? Yes, purple flowers, Sunday flowers. And I've done very well out of that. I think it's up to $4 and a bit at the moment. But the thing is, it's, you know, I invested probably less than $1.3 into that. The main $1 was Rando Whale,
which I think that is probably one of the better ones, because it's only available at certain times. You've got, in fact, now you have to have an extension in Chrome, and it alerts you when he's available or not. In fact, some of my Star Wars videos might have had the alert popping in them. The Star Wars Battlefront 2 videos, if you saw an alert popping along saying rando whales sleeping or rando whales awake, that's what it was about. So what that does is, obviously when it sleeps it recharges, so you get 100% of its vote capacity when it suddenly wakes up. So there's a very short period when suddenly wakes up, you can get that bot to upvote your post, and you'll get the maximum from your spend. So you give him $1 and he'll upvote with his utmost power, and hopefully you'll get a bit more back. And like I say, that and some other ones combined, because I think his vote instantly got me to like 1.8, so effectively I was getting nearly $1 back for putting $1 in, which is not bad. But it also gets you sort of more promotion, you know, you get seen by more people when you upvote it, so that then helps you progress even further. So yeah, comparatively, the previous one, which ended up about $5, I think I got for it, the mush fungi one, actually net gain was pretty much, you know, a few, whatever they call, what do they call the fractions of a dollar? Cents, isn't it? Cents. And the brain just kind of fried there. It's okay, I'm stopping for you. Don't worry about it. Because I invested so much in the minnow booster thing, and really it just gave me back what I put in, which wasn't great really, but that might just been a cut it at a bad time. But so yeah, this one, even though I'm only on 4 instead of 5, I'm actually making quite a lot more because I've put very little in. I'm getting tons back now, so that's good. So it's been getting on good, and I found a new thing linked to it, which is like a Steam where you can follow accounts and upvote accounts and get upvotes back, so you get the equivalent opportunity for upvotes back for what you give to people, and that helps as well as a lot, because obviously the thing is about Steemit as itself, once you post something, the chances of anyone seeing it after the first sort of 25 minutes is pretty much dead, because it just disappears down a long stream of other blog posts, so there's just no opportunity. So whereas on this Steam follower thing, what you're getting is you get your post shown to people, your last post, over and over again based on you upvoting others. So the more you upvote others, yours shows more. Potentially they'll upvote it, they might not, because they're going to think it looks good or like it or whatever else. So it's not a guarantee, but the thing is, it's there, and you've got to sort of upvote at least 5 a day to be on the thing, and then obviously you're going to get people doing it back again. So it seemed to work quite well. I was getting extra upvotes than I would normally get because of that. Unfortunately, it appeared last night the service went down, well, the website went down. It got like a hosting message on it, so I don't know if he'd not paid his hosting fees or something. It says this account has been suspended, contact your provider. So that was a bit unfortunate, because I've been quite into that, and I only just started on it and it'd gone down. Kind of annoying, but there you are, that's life, isn't it? So yeah, that's pretty much been top and bottom, I think, of the week, really, because I just seem to have done loads and loads of work. Progressing still a little bit with me Bitcoin mining adventures. I think I'll save that for next week, to be honest, because I'll be sat in here for hours of stuff whittering on about all my little experiences with those things. But it's going all right at the moment. I'm still waiting. Obviously, I got that first fraction of a payout on the 1st of October, because you get a payout every time that a new Bitcoin's minted, as it were, from the collective pool. And that happened to happen on the 1st of October, which wasn't very long after I'd started out and only had a bit of power thrown at it. So I'm now waiting for the next one, so I'll get the next payout, and I'll have a better idea what sort of income in Bitcoin I might be generating with my little ragtag collection of old hat miney things that I've collected off eBay. But of course the big problem is with the difficulty nowadays, it can take a long time to mint another one because the difficulty is set so high, because they don't want the things to be appearing willy-nilly and just being too many bitcoins about. So it's been 18 days so far. It could be another 18 days, it could be longer. Just have to wait and see, I suppose. So I don't know, I'll probably know more about it all to talk about it once that next payout comes, but who knows when that may be. But it's a discussion for next week, maybe, possibly. So have a good weekend, and week next week. It's a bit dark, isn't it? I don't even know how to turn the lights on in this thing. Not how to do it much. That didn't really help a great deal, did it? I probably need to get like a little clampy light above me through the glass roof or something. Have a good weekend and week next week, and I'll catch you in next week's coffee vlog. Okay, see ya.